I hope this week finds you organized, energized, and ready for a fresh win. I've been deep in the weeds testing something that's made a huge difference in my own productivity, so much so that I turned it into a free download for you. If you've ever wondered why some weeks feel effortless and others feel like a slog, this episode is for you. Welcome to the Productive AF newsletter and podcast, episode 10. Let's start with our mindset shift. Over the past couple of weeks, I've had one-to-one conversations with colleagues who've reminded me that everyone wants to do more and do their best work, but not everyone understands why they can't seem to just do it. Here are a few real-life examples. Someone said, "I wish I had your motivation." This led to a conversation about how motivation isn't the issue, discipline is. Someone else said, "I don't even know where to start on this project." So we dug into whether the real problem was a lack of clarity, focus, or difficulty with task initiation. Yet another person said, "I get so many requests all day. I can't even be sure I'm not missing some." But when I asked if they had a system for capturing and prioritizing requests, it hadn't even occurred to them. All of these are executive functioning challenges. Yet, how many people even know what executive functioning is? Luckily, I'm writing a book on this very subject. Here's a sneak peek. Executive function is your brain's command center, a set of cognitive skills that allow you to get shit done, even when life is messy or unpredictable. Imagine it as your internal project manager. It keeps you organized, helps you prioritize, and ensures you follow through, whether you're running a household, building a business, or just trying to make it through Monday without losing your keys again. I first encountered executive functioning when my oldest daughter was diagnosed with autism. As a parent, I dove into research and realized that the skills I'd developed supporting C-suite executives and running businesses were rooted in executive function, even if I didn't have the language for it. My organizational skills, high IQ, and decades of observation all pointed to one thing: I know how to get shit done. Now here's your reflection prompt. What's one belief about productivity that you're ready to let go of? Mine, that I have to feel like it to get things done. Discipline beats motivation every time. Here's our framework in focus. This week's framework: executive function. Think of it as your brain's operating system, managing focus, planning, flexibility, and emotional regulation. In my experience leading teams and organizing chaos, the most productive people weren't the busiest. They were the most self-aware about how their brains work. How do you become self-aware? Simple. Diagnosis. Just like a doctor or a mechanic, you need to run a few tests. That's why I created the Executive Function Self-Assessment, a tool designed to help you quickly identify your strengths and areas for growth. It's simple, private, and takes just minutes. So here's your action step. If you're ready to figure out what your executive function strengths and weaknesses are, here's all you have to do. Step 1, download my free Executive Function Self-Assessment. I've linked it in the show notes for you. Print or open it with your favorite PDF app like GoodNotes on iPad or Remarkable Paper Pro. Take 5 minutes to answer honestly, and then review your results. Spot your strengths and pick one area to tweak this week. Here's your Productive AF challenge. Download the Executive Function Self-Assessment, pick your lowest scoring area, and try one new strategy to support it. I'll start to share my favorite hacks in next week's edition. And here's your reflection. Were you surprised by any of your results? Are you willing to share your results with our listeners? Are there specific challenges you face that we can prioritize discussing strategies for? Reply or leave a comment to begin the conversation. And here's our real AF wins for the week. I recently administered the self-assessment to a friend. He always thought that he was unorganized, but he scored the highest in organization and planning. His lowest score? Emotional regulation and impulse control, which made perfect sense when he reflected on his productivity struggles. Just knowing this gave him a new perspective and a clear starting point for improvement. When you understand how your brain works, you can find the right solutions and double down on your natural strengths. Here are tools and resources for the week. The first and best tool for the week is the Executive Functioning Self-Assessment. In order to get it into the hands of as many people as possible, I've made it a free download, accessible through a link in the show notes. I'm excited to announce my upcoming ebook called Executive Function Unlocked, the Get Your Shit Together Playbook. This is your practical guide to mastering executive function, packed with stories, science, and real-world frameworks to help you ditch overwhelm and get things done, no matter what life throws at you. Want to be a beta reader? I'm looking for a small group to preview the book, provide feedback, and get their names in the acknowledgments. If you're interested in a free advanced copy, just reply or leave a comment as soon as possible. Spots are limited. And of course, stay tuned for more resources, infographics, and the official launch date. Make sure you're subscribed and follow along on all the socials that I've linked in the notes. And here's a look ahead. Thanks for making progress with me. Over the next few weeks, I'll break down the main pillars of executive functioning and what they say about the way your brain works, what challenges they can create for you, and what strategies you can implement to retrain your brain or work around those challenges. Do you have a question or want to see a specific productivity topic? Just reply. I read every message. With clarity, intention, and a dash of AF energy, I'll talk to you next time.